What are the persecuted Christians in Iran saying as the Islamic regime begins to crack under Israeli assault? Well, Juliana Taimoorazy, founder of Assyrians Against Antisemitism initiative, who was born and raised in Iran, joins us now. So, Juliana, what are Christians in Iran telling you right now?
At the moment, they are trying to save their lives. They're trying to stay alive. But when they trust you, they will tell you how elated they are that Israel is doing this. Israel is ushering a new path for the future of Iran, a human future for Iran, if you will. Also, the Iranian Christian diaspora feels exactly the same. Raj, as you know, Christianity is persecuted in Iran, but I'll tell you, there are two kinds of Christianity, if you will, in Iran. One is cradle Christians, meaning we were born, baptized as children, like Armenians, the Assyrians, my own people. And there are those Muslims that are converting into Christianity. And you know, the church in Iran is extremely growing quickly. Those are the groups that are heavily being persecuted, imprisoned, tortured. However, we as cradle Christians, we are second or third class citizens. So our bulletin at churches are monitored. The sermons are monitored. They're not allowed to preach in Persian. It has to be in our native languages, Armenian or Assyrian. So we are suffering, but the real persecution is against those who are converting into Christianity from Islam.
Well, Juliana, you have such an interesting perspective. You were born and raised in Iran. You're a Christian who has a heart for the Jewish people and Israel. So what do you think is the correct position a Christian should have when they see Iran and Israel basically at war?
Very good question. Iranian regime, this current regime, has been brutal, has been bloodthirsty against its own people. Women have been blinded in one eye. Young men have been hung in the middle of the streets. The prisons are filled with political dissidents, those who have just merely spoken up against the regime, not doing any activities, posting something and so on social media. So this regime is brutal, and it needs to be eliminated in order for the people of Iran to feel free. In terms of Israel, we are commanded to love our Jewish brothers. And for me, as an Assyrian Christian, Assyrians and the Jews have a long history together. Iranians and Jews have a long history together. And we really have to side with humanity. And the Jewish culture is about life, preserving life. In the Talmud, it says, and I'm going to paraphrase, when you save one life, you save the world. And in fact, to your point, last night I was looking through X and I came across Mossab Hassan Youssef, who is this brave son of a founder of Hamas. He tweeted, Israel will bring peace to the Middle East. Many will be remembered standing on the other side. So this alone, from somebody who's a former Muslim, somebody who was a part of Hamas, then worked for the Israeli intelligence, stating something like this says a lot. So my personal opinion is we must stand with the culture of life, which is the Jewish culture. And the Iranians themselves, Muslim, Zoroastrian, Jewish, Christian, they all want to live in peace and freedom. And this is why I really think that this regime must be dismantled.
Again, Juliana, you have such an interesting perspective, a unique perspective. What was it like living under this regime in Iran?
I was 6 years old when the revolution happened. So I grew up as a part of this revolution. The first 8 years of, or the 8 years of Iran-Iraq war, we were under the bombs. And so it was very difficult. As a Christian, I wasn't allowed to practice my faith openly. I wasn't allowed to wear a cross. I couldn't pray openly and loud. And I was forced to attend these courses that they weren't Islamic. They were mainly just your relationship between God and yourself. But in the classes, the teachers would enforce Islam upon us. And they would, at school, they would try to force me to say the Shahada, which automatically converts non-Muslims to Islam. So I was spat at. I were told that I would burn in hell for my Christian name. So that's why I was smuggled out when I was 16 years old into Germany and then came to the US in 1990. So unfortunately, my experience, Raj, is quite different than my siblings who are much older than I am. Their experience, they grew up under the Shah. They loved it. They had freedom of expression, freedom of religion. I didn't experience that. So, and now that I've lived in the West for 36 years, 35 years, I want this freedom. There's nobody more deserving than the Iranian people. They deserve freedom. They absolutely deserve freedom.
Well, let me put you on the spot for this last question. I didn't really prepare you for this, but I think it's just interesting. Again, you have such a valuable life experience to be able to speak on this. Let's say that someone in position like Donald Trump was watching this video, someone who, has all the cards in their hands. What do you think an American response should be? Should the United States get involved? Should the United States let Israel and Iran, hash it out? What do you think the proper response is for our American government in this crazy situation?
We should not have boots on the ground, definitely. However, we cannot ignore the real threat that Iran poses, not just to the region, but to the whole world. So I believe that although regime change must happen by the Iranians themselves, as the Crown Prince has been saying, encouraging people to rise and is asking the army to leave their posts and unite with the people, that regime change should happen from within, because we know our foreign policy as the US government has not been exactly favorable to the people. We have not been successful when it comes to regime changes. However, we have to assist Israel in any way possible to eliminate the threat of something that would cause catastrophe for generations to come. Our history will never be the same. Humanity will never be the same if the Islamic Republic of Iran launches this atomic bomb, this nuclear weapon that they're speaking of. It's extremely worrisome, extremely worrisome. And if I may take that a step further, we also have to be aware and diligent here in the United States. We are certain that there are sleeper cells that are regime sympathizers. We have to be careful here. We have to, if you see something, say something. So we have to also be vigilant with that. But I think if the regime changes and the human dignity comes back to Iran, the entire world will be much better.
Well, Juliana, thank you for your time, my friend.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to see you again.